If you've ever dreamed of falling asleep to the gentle lapping of waves, the smell of salt water, today we're taking you out to our country's smallest province, to the first inn in an active lighthouse. It's part of our Canada 150 coverage, celebrating places and things you may not have heard of. This morning, we're introducing you to the West Point Lighthouse. "63 lighthouses and range lights dotting the coastline of Prince Edward Island. Picturesque and with purpose.
I always say that they're either to welcome or to warn. They're to welcome to show that there's a harbor or a place of safety there, or to warn if there's a point or a reef or some other danger."
Carol Livingstone has a special connection to this one, the West Point Lighthouse. Her great-grandfather was its first keeper.
It's only had 2 keepers, so each of the keepers had a long history and a long story and a long association with it. William Anderson MacDonald was the first keeper. He started when he was 29 and he went till he was 79. And he lived just down the road.
Rumor has it Lighthouse Willie still makes his presence known.
Every now and then I do hear odd happenings in the lighthouse when I'm all by myself, people walking around upstairs. I placed things in one place and been here the only person, the next day found them in another spot. He's a friendly ghost, he's a good spirit, Willie, and he's here for 50 years, never missed a day of work, so I think he still wanted to help me with the job.
At just under 68 feet, it is the tallest on the island.
Look up, look way up. This is the best view from the top of the West Point Lighthouse.
And if you're looking for a room with a view, well, you can stay in one of the 11 seaside suites. Or
there's 2 rooms in the actual lighthouse, the keeper's quarters and the tower room. The keeper's quarters where the lighthouse keeper lived. And the tower room is our most popular room. It was the guest room for the guests of the lighthouse keeper, and it is also known as our honeymoon suite. This couple is Ron and Judith Hessel. They were the first couple married at the top of the lighthouse 30 years ago. Each year they come back to the lighthouse and stay in their favorite room 26. And this year they brought back their wedding clothes and reenacted their wedding photo from 30 years ago at the top. People come from all over the world, from Australia, New Zealand, China, they come from Japan, they come from all over Europe, different parts, India.
And it's not just the stunning scenery leaving a lasting impression.
This is just some of the fan mail that I have around that people have sent after they stay. Different cards, different thank you cards, people with lighthouses. These people, they stay with us a month each year. This was a real surprise back in January. This lovely couple stayed with us last year, and they mailed me a scarf from the Winnipeg Jets. The cookies are from Ron and Judith, the couple that were married here at the top. They're called Mill Wheels, and they're very delicious.
A lighthouse, an inn, and also a place to learn.
When we started this one as a museum, we were very lucky that the Coast Guard donated a lot of the artifacts that they didn't have any need for. So people who visit get a chance to learn more about lighthouses here than they will lighthouses in general.
For Carol, the lighthouse has been a lifelong labor of love.
I can look and I can see where I grew up. The old school that I went to for 10 years and later taught in for years is over there. The wharf where my father fished, my brother fished, my husband fished. I think a person's roots run deep, and I know mine do, and this has always been a central part of it.